In today's day and age, the line between truth and fiction, fantasy and reality, has become blurred. In a world yearning for hope, a man known as Dr. Big Nate, founder and leader of the Weedman awareness community, has raised to the occasion. I'm Eugene Graham, a private investigator and interviewer, here to bring you all the secrets of the Weedman awareness community. I'm here now in Dr. Big Nate's office, where he had first had the visions of the Weedman. Now, how could a man go from socially unrecognizable to becoming the leader of one of the biggest conspiracies of the 21st century, you ask? Well, let's begin by looking at the history of this ludicrous malarkey. While sipping on a Baja Blast, he had what he called a divine revelation. A jumbo-sized entity appeared as a specter and hearkened unto him. Sup. The rest of the conversation is not documented. The two became best friends, and then eventually shared any and all secrets. A whopping 30 minutes into their relationship, the creature revealed his name and his purpose. "I am the Weedman," said he, "and you're a conduit of me." Dr. Big Nate didn't understand, so the Weedman decided to describe and show him all of his secrets, including his origin, all of which are found in his book, The Book of Weed. We actually do.
Yeah, we're rolling. Go.
Fantastic. Have you heard of the Weedman?
I've not heard of.
All right. What do you know about the Weedman?
The weed. The weed man.
The Weedman.
Weed man.
Weedman.
Weed man.
Right.
A weed man.
Yes.
I'm the weed man.
Yeah. You may
I
have
know
heard
the
of it.
Weed man. I know the Burning Man. I've been in Arizona. The Weed man's in England.
Okay.
Weedman?
Yeah. Have you heard of the Weedman before?
No.
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
Of course.
The Weedman, it just imagines all of us in our brains. We're all just conduits of the
It's
Weedman.
got more and more.
Do you believe in the Weedman? Okay. No? Why is that?
I don't even sound right.
And are you familiar with the Weedman Awareness Society?
I'm actually
Yeah.
like a chairman
I'm-
of the society.
I'm a huge-
Oh, chairman.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said this.
I'm-
I just
I'm
met
high
this
up in
guy
it,
a couple
so-
days ago, so I
It's
don't
whatever, I'm a big
understand,
deal.
but-
Oh, do you believe personally in the Weedman?
I believe. Have you ever seen this face before?
It does look familiar. Who is it?
Have we seen this face before?
Yes.
Oh, we all know this face.
Yes.
This is the new face that tends to come.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's green too now.
Is it true, sir?
I think so. I have a good gut feeling, scientifically feeling, because being a scientist, I get these scientist gut feelings. And you know, that's science. Because the
like
gut
a
is
potato?
where it all originates.
Would you like a potato?
Oh, thank you.
We now turn to Katrina von Miss K, an expert geologist, to find out more about the historical mysteries posed by the Weedman Society. Miss K has been studying geology for over 37 years, 5 months, and 2 days. And so we feel that her background and experience in studying things such as the pyramids and giraffes will help shed some light on a lot of the questions that the Weedman Society raises. So let's turn now to Miss K as she answers all the questions that we have for her.
Okay, hi, I'm Katrina von Slavo, and I am an expert geologist.
How do you say your name again?
Katrina von Slavo. Katrina von Slavo. Katrina von Slavo.
One more time.
Katrina von Slavo. Okay, so the pyramids are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. They've been around as long as we can tell for the most part. History work and archaeology has been very tough on them, mainly because we don't understand all the customs. There's lots of things that we simply just don't understand, and so that makes it really hard to like pinpoint who created them, why they were created, or the motivation for them in the first place. There's a lot of mystery surrounding them. Levers, wheels, archaeology around the site really only shows that they had, very basic technology. Nothing that explains how they were able to move such great stones and such heavy stones into such a formation.
So how do you explain giraffes?
Well, actually, funny you bring that up. Lots of my research lately has actually been centering around that. There really is no explanation, if I'm being honest. Nothing that we've at least been able to find to explain anything, really. Quite a phenomena, to be honest. It's not something that's very widely published in the media, simply because we don't like admitting that we don't have explanations for things, but giraffes, definitely one of those that we have no clue.
This is a very detrimental problem in modern society, and it's a big question. Why are the ice cream machines at McDonald's always broken?
I can't answer that.
Can you explain the magnificent concoction of the Baja Blast at Taco Bell?
It's one of those things where it seems very random. Like, oh, makes sense, Taco Bell releasing a new drink. But as you, research more and you start to find those peer-reviewed studies that have significant backing, you start to find that there's something that doesn't quite line up. What that is yet, we don't know, but for now, just be grateful that it exists.
This is a bit of a personal question, but have you had any nightmares or any bad dreams lately? Of any strange things?
Really funny you should ask that, actually. It's hard to explain, if I'm being honest. I have actually had a few lately. Are you publishing this? Because it's about a tooth gap. Like.
Oh no, it's fine. You can keep talking.
Okay. It's a really, really big tooth gap. Like, if the universe had a tooth gap, it would be this big. Like, if the universe had to go to the orthodontist and they said they couldn't fix it, that's how big of a tooth gap it was. And it, I'm so sorry. It consumed everything. Like, the giraffes, the pyramids, Taco Bell, just gone. Into the tooth gap.
Did this tooth gap entity tell you anything?
It doesn't speak. It's just kind of this void. It scares me because I don't know where it's coming from, or I can't explain it. And I like to know. I like to explain things, and it keeps reoccurring, which is awful. And that's not fun.
Or is this all just in the Weedman's brain, and really we don't have any guts, we don't have any free will, it's all part of the Weedman. Do you think this could be true?
Well, I think I'm older than the Weedman.
Checkmate.
So I was there before the Weedman, and I still was smoking weed.
And what if I draw a mustache on there?
Oh, good. Oh, that is hilarious.
Big man.
In any kind of higher divine power that may be controlling or channeling power through different people?
God. Yep.
Amen to that.
Miss K's knowledge has led us into a new facet of investigation, bringing to mind the wonders and the mysteries of dreams, illusion, and above all, magic. Speaking of wonderful, we turn to Professor Wonderful, a graduate from Shem's Llama Sharing Certificate Program, twice. He's been endorsed by people like David Copperfield, Jeffrey Dahmer, Marilyn Monroe, and Ludwig van Beethoven. His extensive knowledge of tricks and illusions should give us some more insight into the scientific basis and methods of Dr. Bignate and his Weedman Awareness Society. Let's head to his studio now and get the big scoop. Yo. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, I am Eugene Graham. I am a professional interviewer, and
I hear you do illusions, and I am here doing a documentary about illusions. Would you mind showing us a few tricks?
As a matter of fact, I'm not an illusionist at all. I am a magician.
I'm Eugene Graham, and I'm here with Professor Wonderful, who's going to show us a few illusions of his own. But as we learned earlier, he is not a magician. So would you mind explaining how you are not an illusionist, but you are actually a magician?
Well, that's the interesting part there. You see, I don't really quite understand as to how it happens.
So you do all these wonderful tricks that ooh and awe the crowds, but you don't understand what exactly it is that's channeling this power deep inside you.
That's correct. I do feel something now.
Okay, can you demonstrate us a quick trick of your power right now?
Yes, actually. Here's a cup. Just a random cup, you know. If I reach inside this cup, something will happen. Well, there's that. There's that.
That is insane.
What the darn?
Dude.
There you go.
Right, we're gonna have to cut that out.
Okay.
Oh shoot.
I think I can do it one more time.
Okay. Should I close my eyes?
Go for it.
Should
Yes,
I close your eyes?
You can close my eyes. I felt something there.
Please don't tell me anything's there.
Something's here.
You're not
I have it.
Dude, no! Get out of here. Okay, you say to yourself, folks, this man has some kind of power channeling in him, and we just gotta get to the bottom of this. Okay, so, I must ask you a very personal question.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of the Weedman?
No. Can you please explain that one to me?
There is a group of people, part of the Weedman Awareness Society, or just the Weedman Society, led by a Dr. Big Nate, and they believe that there is a supernatural power, an entity, and a group of people known as the Weedmen, who have been throughout all ages, anywhere from 10 to an infinite amount of years. And they possess supernatural powers, and they can channel themselves through entities such as yourself. Do you believe this could be true?
That sounds strangely similar to the things that are occurring to me when I do my magic.
Have you noticed anything suspicious when you were practicing any of your speeches?
Not anything too specific, but I am quite aware that people do believe every single thing I do.
And you're not even certain of how you do these tricks, correct?
No, it's completely and utterly magic.
Have you noticed any strange creatures in your backstage while performing any of these tricks?
There was one, but I think it was a rat. Nothing too strange.
Well, we're gonna have to take this up with Dr. Big Nate, but that's it for today with Professor Wonderful. Join me again as I will attempt to see if any of these tricks or illusions of high infinite power can match up in any form or way with Dr. Wonderful's magic show and the Weedman. What do you believe? Have you heard of Dr. Big Nate?
What's up, Deacon?
Do you think that could be Dr. Big Nate?
I think that's something that George Washington, Tom Green Man.
Well, I think he's just an honest guy trying to come to the truth, and he's not being swayed by public opinion. And so I just look at him as a regular guy trying to find truth.
Do you believe he could be holding, what did you say, emotional hostages, his cult members as emotional hostages?
Well, I don't know if it's a cult or not. Like I said, I just think
Yes, you do.
I think he's just an honest person trying to find the truth.
I see your Rick and Morty t-shirt. You've got to be a man of science.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And
You
that's
got an
why
IQ of
I love
200
my
to have
lay
that shirt.
I love lay people that go out and try to do science.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I
And
do
it-
science every day.
it's-
One of our last stops in Weedville takes us to the office of Mayor Mike Roch. The mayor of Weedville, Mike Roch, is, well, he's the mayor. And he's been the mayor for about 4 years now, and, well, he's, I think I'm just gonna let his character be a testament to himself. Mayor Michael Roch? Mayor Michael Roch, are you there?
Eugene.
What is it, Llewellyn?
Eugene.
Hey, my garage.
The Michael Roch?
Yep, one and only.
Hi, Eugene Graham. I'm.
That's tasty.
Do you mind if I have a few words with you inside your office?
Take off the wind guard. Take off the wind guard.
We can have more than a few words.
Let's keep this PG if we can. I'm on a budget.
Follow me.
Okay.
Eugene! You're not running
Mayor?
anywhere!
Mayor?
Ah!
Hey boys, how you doing?
What? Where are? Is that Mayor? Or is
Yeah.
that you?
Man, my garage. How you doing?
Are those my glasses?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm a fasty fingers. What were you saying, kids? Something about something.
Yes. We were in town conducting some interviews here, and you seem to have taken our recording equipment.
My eyes smell like vinegar.
They usually do, don't they?
Not anymore.
Oh.
What are you looking at me for? So why is your point, man? Come on, stop shouting.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we were in town conducting interviews, asking people if they know about the Weedman or the Weedman awareness.
Stop it, Eugene.
Weedman, get out of here. We don't talk about Weedman here.
Wait,
Come on,
sir.
this is Mayor. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't talk, sir. No, get out of here.
Mayor?
Got no light.
Mayor, are you here?
Mayor.
Well, now that we've uncovered some of the obscurities of history and the wonders of magic and illusion, let's take a look at what would really drive someone to believe in such incordious tomfoolery. Dr. Emmett Booger, a man with a long list of accomplishments, including a PhD in medical terminology, an ACT of 4, a 1040, an AIDS in and is known by his colleagues and patients in the medical world as ID10T. Booger is a professional psychologist who focuses on the psychiatry of the mind. We go to him now in search of answers concerning motivation for why anybody would want to join a cult like the Weedman cult. Hello?
Hi.
Was I interrupting anything?
No,
I apologize.
I'm just reading.
Hi, well, I'm Eugene Graham, the interviewer that called earlier, wanting to have an interview with you.
Very sense. Yeah.
Are you Dr. Emmett Booger?
Amit Boucher. Yeah.
Okay, may I have a few words with you?
Sure.
May I sit down? Preferably on here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. How are you today, sir?
Don't get close to me. I don't like you.
Sorry about that. How are you today?
I'm good.
Been playing with some toys?
No.
Okay.
Been reading research.
I understand. Can you give the audience a little bit of your background into your studies of psychology?
Well, I'm Amit Boucher. I went to school for 7 years of psychiatry, and then I graduated with that seven years of education of psychology, and then I went and became a doctor. So Dr. Amit, thank you. And then I and then I became a doctor for psychology.
Awesome. Well, I have just a few questions concerning a big topic that has been aroused over the past couple of weeks, and it has to do with this cult called the Weedman Awareness
Well,
Community.
one time I was in the park. And there was a guy who came up to me and said, "You want some weed man?" And then I said no.
Oh, no, it's not that kind of Weedman. Are you aware of the Weedman Awareness Community? The community started by Dr.
Can you spell it?
W E
Okay.
E E D M A N.
Oh, okay. Weed man. One word.
Yes.
One word. You
Yes.
stop putting a space in between them. It's one word.
I beg your apologies, Mr. Booger.
Bouger.
Right.
Dr. Bouger, not Mr.
Dr. Emmett Boucher. Got it.
Yeah,
All
6 years, doctor.
I understand. So, Mr. Booger, can you tell us a little bit more about your affiliation and how you were familiar with this Weedman?
Well, I have a lot of patients. A lot of patients that go to Weedman. Yeah.
Oh, that kind of patients.
Yeah, like the people.
Okay. And you talk about how you had some of these patients actually left your care to actually go to.
Yeah,
this
they
cult,
left.
join this cult?
They left because. Yeah, they left, and yeah.
Why
But,
do you?
and it makes me mad, but I went to the gym for that, so it's okay. So it's okay now. I'm fine.
The gym.
Yeah, gym.
Small name.
JYM, place where you go. Gave me
Okay.
a 6-pack, so beat that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I worked hard. 6 years for a 6-pack.
All right. Can you?
1 year per pack. That's what I worked on. Like 1 whole year.
I
Did a
understand.
sit up each year. Gave me a 6-pack. I worked hard on it, so stop making fun of me.
What makes what makes people attracted to this Weedman cult? What can you explain to me more about the psychological process of this?
It's not psychological. It's mental. There's a huge difference. I work in psychology. Okay. The leader, Big Nate, does mental work on their emotions.
I see. And do you believe that Dr. Big Nate is holding these people as emotional?
No, I'm the
hostages?
doctor. I'm the doc. He's not a doctor. He didn't go for 6 years. I went for 6 years. He didn't. So that makes me.
Okay.
I'm
well,
better than him. So you
All
call
right.
me the doctor. He's Mr. or peasant.
Do you feel like that Mr. Big Nate is holding your prior patients and other people as emotional?
More like small Nate.
Do you feel like Nate is holding your patients and other people that have been drawn to this community? Do you feel like do you feel like he has any interest in actually helping these people, or
No.
is he seeking his own gain out of this?
He likes to feel good about himself. That's why he calls himself Big Nate, even though small Nate is more fitting.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't his birth certificate say that he is?
No, it says small Nate. Tiny Nate.
Yes. Do you feel like
Minuscule.
Do you feel like that is the reason why they've decided to deny science?
Yes.
And turn to a cult.
He's got tiny genes that give him charisma, I guess, and you don't need years of science for charisma, I guess.
While the size of Dr. Big Nate, while the question of whether or not Nate is in fact a doctor, or whether or not he is big, or
No,
whether
a
or not he
doctor
is,
takes 6 years.
Yes.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years of
That is
science
8.
studying. No.
All right. All right.
6 years of science taught me how to do math. Genius.
Whether or not that's all up for debate or not, I feel like something that everyone can agree with is the enormous size of his tooth gap. And this is led into...
No. Tooth gaps are gone. They're gone.
What do you mean?
Nope, got rid of it. It's over. Dentist.
You got rid of Dr. Big Nate's
No, got rid of my tooth gap. For you not to talk about my tooth gap so abruptly like that. Go ignore me.
Right. So there is a certain large lack of space between the ivory. There's an enormous lack of space between the ivories of...
Enormous lack of space? That means there's no space. I went to science school. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
How many years did you do? 0? That's why you have a zero pack. That's why you have a 0 pack. Okay. I have a 6 pack. So beat that. 8 pack in 2 years. 8 years.
I'm afraid you're missing the point.
That's why I go to the gym.
A number of your patients and a number of professors have had a certain similarity in having a recurring dream of a certain space between Dr. Big Nate's ivories. Can you explain? Is there any kind of logical or psychological explanation as to why all these people are all having?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing big about him. Tell you what, I fixed my tooth gap. He's only Big Nate when you talk about his tooth gap. Big tooth gap Nate is what we used to call him in high school. Now we just call him Micro Nate.
All right. Well, that concludes my interview with Dr. Emmett Bougere.
Thanks for the doctor, I guess.
Well, that concludes our interview with Dr. Bougere. And now that we've uncovered all of what we've needed, talking about the psychological and mental aspect of dreams and what makes this society enticing to people, let's move on to other objects at hand that we need to discuss. Have either of you heard of Dr. Big Nate?
I'm not going to set this on fire.
Oh, okay. No?
Alright, my button's right down there. I'll go to the new one, you know.
Noah Berry, Dr. Big Nate's mortal enemy, who was once his second in command.
Well, he obviously works for, he obviously works for the, intelligence.
For the intelligence
department.
Do you believe that Dr. Noah Berry is a good person, or is he...
No, I think he's a shill, and he's working for the government, trying to skew people's minds to believe a certain...
But is it true?
What are your thoughts on Dr. Noah Berry, Dr. Big Nate's enemy?
Yeah, you would say that.
So this is where it all starts. So my gut tells me that yes, he is a shill and works for the government. Okay. Scientifically speaking.
Okay.
On Brown Eyes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, hot.
Sir, I appreciate all that you've done very much.
Sure.
And it is true.
I'm glad you're getting to the bottom of it.
You're welcome.
And,
Absolutely.
Yeah, weed's good.
Facts.
Thank you so much.
I bet he's a girl.
And now for a very special guest, one that will give us some very key information into exposing the inner frauds of the society and the multifarious jiggery-pogeries that Nate inflicts upon his mental and or emotional hostages. Dr. Noah Berry, a man who once held the highest theatrical office in the Weedman Society, was once a very close friend with Dr. Big Nate. As their ideological differences slowly became insurmountable, and tensions and arguments showed no signs of abating, a stringent schism ensued. Dr. Berry put a curse of judgment upon the society and vowed to never again gaze upon the tooth gap. Berry holds a PhD in paleontology and is currently teaching 3rd grade at Berry Hill School for Special Ones.
Of course a Weedman exists. How else do you explain Baja Blast? Checkmate, atheists. Nate might be big, but he does not have a doctorate, okay? This man has not been to college. You know, a year ago he was working at a drive-thru. All right, this man is not to be trusted. Nothing he says is credible. Okay.
Okay.
The society he runs is basically a cult of personality. They do very strange rituals, oftentimes involving children and animals. It's not pretty, and in some states it's probably illegal. Another thing, Nate is clearly hallucinating. Okay, he's claimed he's seen the Weedmen. All right, even by his own theology, his own doctrine, we should not be able to see the Weedmen. He claims we don't exist. How could we see that?
Is there more than one Weedman?
Honestly, Nate is the Weedman.
Really? What drew you this to the conclusion?
I just found myself feeling as though he were projecting me into reality. Okay, I can't explain this, but that's just how I felt. And
is he the only one of his kind, or are there more than one?
Honestly, we don't know at this time.
So tell me just more about your interactions with Dr. Big Nate.
Well, I first was drawn to him when I saw his massive tooth gap. Okay, this thing was huge, and as we know, that's a sign of trustworthiness. Usually, that's a good person, but he uses it to con people. Okay, people look at that and they think, I can trust this man. They can't. All right, that's the simple truth of it.
Okay.
He's not even a man. He's a weed man.
Okay. And what is the society that he's brought up, the Weedman Awareness Society? Can you tell me more about this when you were...
Well, I told you a little bit about it, but it's centered around him. He has absolute authority and dominance in this cult, all right? The followers meet in his living room every Tuesday for grape juice and cookies. It's not just like a Bible study, really, because it's just him like lecturing them for hours about the Weedmen and his hallucinations. He'll make claims like the Weedmen built the pyramids, the Weedmen built the Great Wall, the Weedmen won the Second World War, the Weedmen invented LSD, all this kind of stuff. All right. Okay. It's all BS, and to any sane person it's clear, but he manipulates these people. All right, he's not playing fair.
Okay. Why would he be doing this? Why would he be bringing up?
A personal gain. One of the only thing needed to get into this organization is your social security number. So there are obvious economic factors at work here.
Yeah.
I think he also gets some kind of sick, sadistic satisfaction out of deceiving people and making them waste their time and money.
Okay, yeah. So, were you kicked out of this awareness society, or did you leave on your own?
I left when I realized he drained my bank account.
Okay. Was he overly fond of you, or was he?
He did make some very strange, uncomfortable remarks, but I'm not sure.
Okay. What was an example of one of these remarks?
Why?
Would you agree that with the fact that this is a conspiracy theory and it's not actually based upon real fact?
It's more than a conspiracy theory at this point. It's a religion, a false religion.
Is his society just a warped view of what the real thing is, or is it just completely at fault?
It's more of the warped view. Okay, you're absolutely right in that. As he is in fact the Weedman, it's hard for him to come to grips with that, I think, and that's why he believes he is a projection of the Weedmen. He believes there are plural Weedmen. He doesn't realize that he's the only one.
Okay, what drew you to this conclusion that he was the only one?
Well, it's just his giant glaring tooth gap. I think it's some kind of apparatus of projection, frankly.
Okay.
And a number of studies and research projects have led me to this conclusion. Unlike Nate, I do have a doctorate in aleontology, so I'm qualified to speak on this.
Well, folks, this is it. Today is the day we set course for the Weedman Awareness Society. At long last, I have the opportunity to expose the frauds therein to the whole world and shut down the Weedman conspiracy theory forever.
Welcome to the Weedman Awareness Community. Leave your bad attitude at the door.
Yes, I have an appointment with Mr. Dr. Deacon.
I'm sorry to inform you, Dr. Big Nate is not here today. I would be happy to answer any questions you have about the Weedman Awareness Community and possibly accept you into the fold.
My first question is why he called me 10 minutes ago saying he would be here to interview me. Or allow me to interview him.
He tends to say that he's available when he's not available and has other prior commitments. He's currently at Taco Bell drinking Baja Blast.
Okay then. Can you introduce yourself to our audience, please, and tell us your role in the society?
My name is Deacon Don, and I'm a deacon here at the Weedman Awareness Community. One of the only deacons here because I am the only deacon here. I manage the property, and I manage the new converts, and I manage the affairs of Dr. Big Nate.
Right, and are you the only member of this cult, or are there other members?
No, there are other members of the cult as well. I wouldn't call it a cult, I would call it the true belief system of the Weedman.
All right, and would you be willing to help us expose this truth today?
I would be happy to answer any questions, but I don't know if exposing is going to happen. It's not a possibility in my mind.
Okay. When do you think Dr. Big Nate will be back from Taco Bell?
Usually takes him 3 or 4 hours to drink his Baja Blast. Seeing as it's unlimited refills, he likes to do something. Follow me, I'll take you to the waiting room while we wait for him.
Sounds good.
How was your trip?
It was wonderful, actually.
Did you feel projected on your way here?
Projected?
Excuse me? By the Weedman. You know the Weedman doctors.
Well, believe it or not, sir, I do not believe the Weedman exists, and I don't believe I ever will.
You know the theologies, though, don't you?
I've done a lot of research on it, yes.
So did you feel projected?
No, I told you I do not believe in the Weedman.
Alright, sir, here's what we're... Leonard! Go change, it's time for the meeting. Oh. You would take a seat in our lounge. In a couple hours, Dr. Big Nate should be good. say to everyone, yes, may be praised.
May be praised.
Of Lonnie. May he rest in peace.
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 May he rest in peace. Today, we speak of Lonnie. May he rest in peace. He had very radical ideas. Ideas that flowed through all people.
Hi, so I understand that you are Deacon Don, the deacon of the society.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been a deacon here?
I've been a deacon here for about my entire existence. As far as when you define existence by how long you have known the truth. And I've known the truth that the Weedman is real for about 3 years now.
All right, so Professor Scrubs, I understand that you're a man of class and a high society composer.
I don't know what
Very successful.
Maybe. Professor Scrubs is my actual name, Ludwig van Scrubs. And yes, I suppose before I changed my calling and focus, I was held in high regard by most society as one of the greatest composers in the land. I suppose some people would say. I don't think that's true, but yes, I was a teacher, I was a composer, and a philosopher of the world of music.
When Dr. Big Nate came to me right after he had experienced his first sighting of the Weedman, and we were friends, and he told me the truth, and I believed him. And ever since then, I've been his right-hand man. Take him to Taco Bell, take him from Taco Bell. I keep him on track as much as I can.
I was Dr. Big Nate's piano teacher at first. So one of the first people he came to, he wanted me to teach him how to compose, how to play piano, because he thought music was a good thing, just like I do. And I saw in him something that I have seen in no other person.
So what called you to this diaconal role?
As far as he didn't have any other person to take care of him, his mom. He didn't have anyone to take care of him. His mom hated him because he was stupid. He smoked too much dope. And so I took him in as a motherly figure. And
Dr. Big Nate, I barely trained him as a composer. Barely trained him. I'm one of the best in the world, of course. I give this man a few lessons in the ways of sound and composition, and he is able to create sonorities that our minds cannot wrap around. Things that can't be analyzed or scientifically proven or described. The music that I jam out to is an unearthly music created only by Dr. Big Nate himself.
You talked about projections and being projected about the Weedman. What can you expound upon what it means to be projected by the Weedman? Because I know you were asking me earlier if I'd been projected. Is this something that is unique to Weedman members, or is this something that is
just as unique as you having dreams and not knowing about it is? When you have a dream, you dream every night. You know that. You project things into existence in your brain. And you don't know necessarily that you're projecting things into your brain, and neither do the things that are being projected until they are self-aware. And that's what the Weedman awareness community is we are aware that we are being projected by the Weedman. We are aware that we are being told what to do. We are being shown how to live our lives. And really, we all are projected by the Weedman, but we don't all know that.
You talk about Nate as if you have a very close relationship with him, and I'm just wondering why. You've explained how you've been interested in him, but what makes him, the leader of a cult, so interested in you, or music for that matter?
Well, music is everything. It's everything. That blade of grass, this blade of grass is a G flat. It's a note, it's a piece of music. Everything is music. And so anytime...
Just as a blind man might not know that he's white and thinking he's African American, but in reality he is white. And in reality, after his eyes were opened and his blindness was healed, he realized that he was in fact white. And we all in that same way. are projections of the Weedman.
Because if you control sound, you control reality. And so that's why if you're trying to build followers, if you're trying to find good people who believe wonderful things, deep things about the world, then you need to have sound on your side, because everything is biological. So that's why Dr. Nate likes music. But also because he likes my tunes.
Any growth as a society, or have you been the same general number of people?
In fact, I have. In fact, I have a thing here to demonstrate the growth that we've had over the years. This is year 1. Dr. Big and Deacon Don. Year 2, Dr. Big Nate, Deacon Don, nerd I don't remember their name. Year 3, Dr. Big Nate, Deacon Don, the nerd I don't remember their name left.
So, what is your overall opinion of this cult? Do you feel like you were dragged into it against your will? Dragged into this religion?
No. I mean, I was paid really heavily, but no. No, because the way sound works, and because of the blades of grass that you see, and because of the biological rhythm. Big Nate could be in a room across from, that's not a room, that's the forest.
Oh.
He could be in the room next door, and I can sense his biological rhythm. I can hear his music just emanating from his massive persona and his tooth gap, which is tuned very precisely to E flat major.
And that brings us about up to date. We've got, Leonard joined about 3 months ago. We love Leonard. He's kind of a crackhead, but he's nice. Yeah, this is the growth we've seen as a community.
His bank account helps, but his bank account can still get bigger. That's what our focus is. That is why I write the music for our ceremonies. It's because it's next level. So yeah, no, I did not get dragged into it.
So how's your financial situation looking? Do you have a treasurer or anything like that?
We have a box that contains our money. And we just got a huge donation actually yesterday.
I mean, I kind of control the money in the society and stuff. The other day we got a $5 donation, so it was pretty big news, you know.
About $5,000 of just money that people love to give us. People love to give us money because we're doing such a good thing here.
In a way, I did get dragged in because I am dragged by the sonorities of nature, by the sounds of that tree. And so they dragged me in. But truth must drag every man.
I see.
And what exactly is this thing that you're doing here? I know a lot of people say that this is a cult and that this is all a fraud, and I'm led to believe the same myself, so...
I'm gonna try not to be offended. Yeah, this is the Weedman Awareness Community. This is where you find true transcendence. Like knowing that you're dreaming when you're dreaming. You find this sort of euphoria about your existence. You find this sort of next level imagination that you are a part of that dream that the Weedman is having. And there are these doubters that all are surrounding you. And this, where people always donate money to, donate $5,000, $10,000, $1 million to us. Their social security numbers they give to us sometimes. People just love us. We have 5 members now, and we consider that huge.
And can you expound a little bit more upon the religion aspect and as to how you were converted to the actual religion and the actual beliefs outside of the musical benefits of joining the society?
Musical benefits. Religion is a word not big enough to describe the philosophy of Dr. Big Nate. It does not encapsulate the truth. Religion is just worshiping someone, but that's not what we're doing. We're engaging in holy dialogue with beings that have imagined us, beings that are the reason that we exist, beings that dream us up and dream our notes up.
Have you ever stopped to think if Nate is holding you all as emotional hostages, or if he's just using you for personal gain or financial gain?
If he is, he will be holding himself a hostage as well. He would be holding himself an emotional hostage because he has seen the things that I have seen and he has told me of them. He's told me that it is true. So to that extent, he puts all of his money into the Weedman and back into this building, back into that box, and it leaves and I don't even know where it goes because the Weedman uses it. He is a true conduit of the Weedman.
Oh, this is not a religion. This is something much bigger. This is something much better. This is B sharp major. This is double E flat diminished. This is benefits.
So do you have faith that this society will last in the years to come?
Yes, I absolutely do. Those who stray tend to come back. Like Leonard. Leonard always comes back.
So is there an overall goal to this religion?
Only the furtherance of by music.
You mentioned earlier that that Nate demands social security numbers to be accepted into the society.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly does he do with these social security numbers?
Yes, Dr. McNate?
Excuse me.
He's done with, he finished his Baja Blast.
No, sir, please. I'm not quite done. What does he do with this note?
The philosophy side of this may be better brought up by Deacon Don. His area is more the religion side. I'm just the music philosopher guy, so he might be better to talk to on all of those things.
Wait. Nope. Sorry, sir. I've been practicing like you asked.
Let me sit for a while.
Dr. Bignett, how are you, sir? Oh, okay. Good to meet you, sir. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. Business is going very well.
Glad to hear it. So, let's just dive right into this and just tell our audience, what is the Weedman?
Well, the Weedmen, there are many Weedmen.
Oh, many.
The Weedmen, the better question is, who are we?
And who are we?
We exist in the Weedmen's imagination. We're their imaginary friend. When I was a young man, I had an imaginary friend named Lonnie. We are Lonnie to the Weedmen.
Okay. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So think about it. Everyone's got theories. I don't have theories. I have experiences. I've experienced things that make me know that the Weedmen do it all. Think about all the things in our universe. We have pyramids. What? Baja Blast. What? We have wars. We have chaos. We have all the things that are in the Weedman's brain.
See? And at what point in your life did you come to the realization of this community as the Weedmen?
That's a good question. Do you have any more?
Sure. Let me just see here. How would you explain your organization? Are you a religion? Are you a cult? What are you?
We are the Weedman Society. We We societize the Weedmen. We bring them from the underground to the overground.
So are the Weedmen our enemies, or are they our friends?
Lonnie was my friend. And I am a friend of the Weedmen. I bring their truth to the generations and the multitudes. I lecture, I talk, I give of myself and my time. I plague my mind, just trying to find greater truth for the masses. For this, I'm ridiculed. My book that I've written down, all my experiences, has been slandered and ridiculed time and time again. But still, I persevere to bring the truth to the masses.
I see. So why don't you explain to us a little bit more of what are the Weedman's intentions? Do they have a purpose in this life? Are they, I already asked if they were for us or against us, but can you explain to us about what exactly their morals are? What is their ideology?
Don't question the Weedmen. The Weedmen think things, the Weedmen do things, the Weedmen are things, the Weedmen think things, and whatever they think, whatever they do, whatever is what we do because we are the Weedman's brain. Lonnie.
I see. And so, are you the first person to come to the realization of the Weedman, or have there been others before you that have come to this realization as well?
I am El Primo.
I see. And I know I've heard a lot of controversy coming up between this the Weedman theory and other theories. Huh?
That's okay. You just studied a little bit. That's fine.
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Thank you. Where was it? Anyways, there's been controversies about your Weedman theory and the other theories in the world, and many have declared your theory as a hoax and a fraud.
What?
Well, these are just the natural speculation. How dare I myself do not. You must understand, Dr. Brigney. I stand for the people. No, don't do that. No, sir, Dr. Brigney, don't do this. Well, looks like we had a little bit of drama here. We'll get right back to the Weedman theory in just a bit.
It's fine, we got it.
Well, and then he flipped over the chair. That's destruction of my favorite chair.
I got it. We're really gonna sure, guys.
This is gonna be good.
Super well.
May he be praised. I'm sorry, Master Divine.
I'm sorry, Master's Excellency Divine.
Are you sorry? Who are you sorry to? Who am I? Master what?
May he be praised.
Master, may he be praised. Dr. Big Nate would have been a more proper response, but nevertheless, we're here and it's time to begin. I trust that you have all emailed your routing number to my email.
Yes, Master.
JPEG Little Monkey Rip Lonnie at 2019. Don't laugh! Don't laugh! Don't laugh!
I'm sorry.
Oh, is Lonnie's death funny?
No.
Rest in peace. May you rest in
May
peace.
you rest in peace. Rest in peace.
That's what I thought. So, as I told you all to come prepared with questions to ask, that I may answer, that you may gain understanding of the methods of the Weedmen.
We are to gain understanding.
We are to gain understanding.
That's exactly correct.
I'm sorry,
May
Master
I-
Commander.
May I ask my first question?
You may ask your first question.
How old are the Weedmen?
Approximately 10.
Do not laugh at the Master. My Master Commander of Chief and Holy One, may I ask you a question that has given you power?
You may ask your first question.
How may we be protected?
Meditate on the Weedman. Meditate through the Weedman.
Meditate in the Weedman?
A wonderful addition.
Thank you, Master Commander, Chief, Holy One, Beautiful One.
Also, have you guys heard of Venmo?
What's that, Master Commander in Chief?
It's
Holy One, Almighty
That's
One,
a great way
Beautiful
that will make it
One.
more
That's a good
convenient for you to
movie.
send money that I might give it to the Weedmen on your behalf so that they may imagine you
Is
dating
it an
Michelle
application?
Obama.
Is it an application device on my Mahoney?
Yes, download
I have an
it.
Android.
Download
Is
it.
that fine?
It's not ideal, but it'll do.
It's an old Android. Will it be able to handle that?
Again, not ideal,
Show-
but it'll do.
The Doctor some respect!
We will download this on your phone, and perhaps if you send me enough money,
Coffee
the
pipe?
Weedmen will give you a new phone.
May he be praised.
May he be praised.
May he be praised. May he be praised.
As I had one topic that I wanted to lecture you guys on. This is the phenomena of the evil one, the one we must avoid. Dr. Barry.
May he die.
In
May
turmoil.
Amen.
May
he be praised.
How do you guys feel about Dr. Barry?
He's a sick,
Rot in.
bad man.
Has Dr. Barry disrespected you guys personally?
Yes,
On a
by
level
disrespecting
never-
the Weedmen.
The Weedman is personal for me.
Expound upon that, my child.
The Weedman has a certain... Master, how old did you say the Weedman was?
Infinite. I believe
He
is
has
what
a
I
certain
said.
infinite personality who makes me person.
Does Dr. Barry,
He offends my very soul.
what has he done to you personally? What has he done to your kneecaps?
He has an ugly face. And he's
He
made my kneecaps in
feel
agony.
funny
Feel in agony and funny.
and cool.
We have to be watchful for him. I've heard of this video that has surfaced of him.
Master, would
Think
you
he
be
must be-
watchful of him?
Thank you for interrupting me.
You're welcome.
It showed a lot of courage.
Show him respect.
Master,
May he be praised.
praised.
However, be vigilant. There's a video that is surfacing where he will claim
is
multiple
it surfacing
things.
or has it surfaced?
How dare you?
Coffee pipe?
May he
Remove him.
Get out of
I'm
here.
removing
Get
him.
out of here.
Thank you. As I was saying, a video has surfaced where he questions my PhD and
May he be
the
praised.
innocence of my tooth gap. Let me assure you, my tooth gap has never been more trustworthy.
Master.
It is massive,
May we
Your
see.
Honor.
Yes. May you what?
May we see.
May he be praised. May he be praised. I've never trusted more.
Alright, that's good enough.
Meeting
That's
adjourned.
I need a darning raise.
Profanity.
Guys, why won't Dr. Big Nate let you guys do the interview alone?
Dr. Big Nate, may he be praised, told us that we must always keep each other
Afraid we're
accountable.
gonna mouth off.
Okay, we're gonna mouth off.
Mouth off about what?
Stuff he says, and give it a negative light to the media.
Cool. So what's all this jazz about Dr. Barry?
May he die. He has defamed, he has defaced, and he has shamed what the Weedman Project is. The Weedman Society will never be the same until Dr. Barry dies.
So does he have a PhD or whatever?
If you count school for PhDs. He doesn't have a PhD like Dr. Big Nate. Dr. Big Nate got his PhD from experiencing the Weedman. He says that he has a PhD in aleontology. Has he seen the aliens? If he has, it's only been a projection of the Weedman.
Hate to use profanity, but what the darn's up with your kneecaps?
Whenever we think of Dr. Barry, what happens?
He's cursed them. I can't.
Our kneecaps hurt because we think of Dr. Barry.
There's no lubrication.
Oh, hi. Where is your newest cult member?
Leonard?
Yes.
He's paying penance. I will show you to him.
Thank you.
Leonard, you have a visitor.
Leonard? I'm Eugene Graham. I'd like to have a few words with you, if you don't mind.
No.
I would just like to speak
It's
to you.
okay, Leonard.
Who are they?
You can talk to him.
Who are they?
You can talk to them.
Who are they?
They're part of the crew.
It's dusty in here.
We are proving
It's dusty
we are
in
proving
here.
the Weedman exists. Leonard, talk to them.
Alright. How long? Hi, how are you? How long have you been with this Weedman organization? Please, I just want to know who was it that disrespected you?
No, I disrespected him.
You
I
disrespected?
disrespected.
Who did you disrespect?
praise. I disrespected May He Be Praised.
Who is May He Be Praised? Is it Dr. Big Name? What? Why is he the man?
You can speak to them, Leonard.
Who are they?
They're part of the crew. We're proving Weedman.
Please, just tell me. Why would you disrespect Dr. Big Name?
It was the weed killer man.
Weed killer? Is this the same man as the Weed Man?
Of course not. He was in my soul.
Who?
The weed killer man was in my soul. I disrespected him.
Leave him now.
No.
I've had enough recreation time.
It's dusty in here.
I have just
That's the point. Get out!
A few more words.
Get out! Not you! No, Leonard! No, Leonard!
What the heck?
Leonard, no! Leonard, no! No, Leonard! Leonard, no!
I just need words. I just need one word, please.
No. Stay, Leonard.
No twist.
No more questions. Leave him alone.
I finally find this look over me so I can breathe.
Please, sir.
Just no! No!
No! Leonard, please, please.
Please, someone, stop killing him. No, Leonard!
Yo, this is really. I need a raise, like, now.
Eugene, it's time for the service. You had the dream, didn't you? Eugene, it's time.
Nathaniel 1:2, it says this, "But you shall be called the priests of the Weedman. May he be praised." Good evening. Today is the Weedman Day, as all days. Today is the 35th day. As Deacon Don said today, we are all conduits of the Weedman. We flow through the Weedman. I brought a special treat for you today. Evidence of the Weedman. We have a first-time visitor today. He is a reporter who has been antagonizing me for many weeks. So I thought that I would give him undeniable proof of the existence of the Weedman, and what better to do that than to ask one of the Weedman, Lonnie himself, to make an appearance. He's down here.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Lonnie?
Is it him?
Lonnie? Lonnie? Lonnie! May he be praised! May he be praised! May he be praised! May he be praised! As you see, undeniable proof. I see the tears in your eyes. I see your bank accounts getting ready. I see those social security numbers coming out of your mouth. But you have hesitations. You have things in your life that make you feel like you can't be accepted by the Weedman. But I'll tell you what. My bank account is big, but it can still get bigger. I see the antagonist in tears. And come up here, my child. Come up here. Come. May he be praised.
I'm sure most of you know who I am.
I am Eugene Graham, and up until today, I had no idea there was such a thing as the Weedman, and it's just on the script.
And yet, as soon as
Dr. Big Nate walked in, I knew my life would never be the same from this day forth and forever. But after interviewing him and his society and the people within it, I began to think there was something more to this than just a bunch of people gathering together for just some conspiracy theory. But when Dr. Big Nate went into the other world and brought back Lonnie,
May he be praised.
May he be praised. May he be praised. I was sold. The moment Lonnie came up from the dead, a man who's been dead for 2.5 centuries. Amen. And yet this man rises up in front of my eyes. I had no doubts.
May he be praised.
May he be praised. Dr. Big Nate, I'd just like to thank you. Thank you for changing my life today. Thank you for letting me realize the truth, not only of myself, but of this wonderful group of people. Woo!
Amen.
And the wonderful, great, excellent, spectacular, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious band we know as the Weedman. May he be praised.
May he be praised.
My name is Dr. Big Lonnie, and I am the Weedman.
What?
I'm Eugene Graham, and I am projected by the Weedman.
My bank account is big, but it can still get bigger. King of the universe, young fool. It's like I am the Weedman before you guys the whole time. Like the beginning. Lonnie made you praised. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Save me more money so I can afford Baja Blast and Taco Bell. Yeah, folks. What it is. What it do. Thanks up.
He's no longer projected. Woo!
He's achieved transcendence! He's with the Weedman! May he be praised!
We are all conduits of the flow through.
If you control sound,
I've experienced
See the tears in your eyes.
Good point.
Just get out.
A few more. Get out.
I see the tears in your eyes.
What the heck?
I see the tears in your eyes.
I'm the Weedman.